Hi everyone. Uh, Welcome to today's lecture on drug design. So here in today's lecture, I would teach you the fundamental aspects of docking, validation of docking, protein selection, grid selection, ligand docking, rigid docking, flexible docking, and the complete docking aspects in a single software called Discovery Studio. So I would also thank the BioVia Discovery Studio for providing me a 6 months license to do research on COVID-19. So let us, I strongly recommend this software for your research purpose as it is user friendly and highly efficient in performing all parts of docking in a single user software. Firstly, let us start the docking using a well-defined protein which we generally do, that is 1FK9. So our prime focus on 1FK9 is because this is a regular protein which I teach you on various other softwares, that is by using Autodoc or any other softwares. So let us check what are the properties of this protein. So this is having the X-ray crystal structure with a resolution of 2.5 angstroms. It has a standard drug of efavirenz. The efavirenz is also the main important aspect is the efavirenz is binding in chain A. So let us see the ligand interaction of the efavirenz. So this efavirenz is bound in uh, in a three-dimensional structure into your protein with no interaction with water molecules. That means you need not retain any water molecules while performing docking, as the binding pocket within 5 to 6 angstroms has no water molecules in its vicinity of the co-crystallized ligand, that is efavirenz. Fundamental information. So let us go back to the software, that is efavirenz. So sorry, Discovery Studio. Into the Discovery Studio, I'm just importing the protein of 1FK9. So for that, I will go for macromolecule. Into the macromolecule, I'll go for this data bank search, that is RCS product data bank search. In this, I'll simply click 1FK9. I'll just run the protein, will get downloaded into my workspace. After downloading the protein, the first and foremost thing you need to remember that I should not directly work onto the protein without any minimization or optimization of my protein. So why the optimization is required? Because if you see the protein, it is having water molecules. These red dots which you see are water molecules, as well as various chains, chain A, chain B, and as well as there are several other what do you say, parameters such as ligands, heteroatoms, cofactors. So the single crystal XRD cannot discriminate between OH and NH. So certain amount of residues or chains may be not well defined. So I need to ensure that all the proteins are well defined and only those chains of interest are retained and all other are removed. So I already told you the ligand is only on chain A, so I am removing chain B. So the water molecules on chain B are not responsible. So here if you click, these are water molecules on chain B, I am removing it. And now coming into the protein, A contain heteroatoms. The heteroatoms are, this is your ligand, and the all other are water molecules. So let us define the active site of the protein first. For that, go for receptor ligand interaction. Into after going to define and edit binding site. Into the define and edit binding site, go and click select the ligand, and after selecting the ligand, you can see the ligand is highlighted here, and you go for current selection. So what I am doing is I am clicking the active site in the protein with the current selection of co-crystallized ligand. This is the fundamental information. Once I do that, I'll remove the ligand from the pocket. So this is the fundamental and important step in docking, because if you have a lock and a key, so the coexisting key should be removed from the lock in order to fit a new key into the lock. So this is the basic aspects of docking, that is complementary or induced fit theory. So let us now my protein is defined. So however, I am deleting the water molecules in the chain A because there is no water in the active pocket, that is within the 5 to 6 angstroms. Simply I'll remove this water molecules. Now my protein is ready for docking. However, after removing water, cofactors, co-crystals and chain B, there is some deformation in the protein. Such deformation I should minimize. For that I will go for simulation, and I will go for minimization of the protein. So I'll simply click energy minimization. Now my protein will get completely minimized by its any errors. Let us go back to this protein data bank and see what is the co-crystal ligand and how I should this co-crystal ligand is DMP266. So let us download the DMP266 from the PubChem database. So I'll go with DMP266. I just click enter. By doing so, I got the efavirenz ligand. Now this ligand I will just download. This downloaded is only 3-dimensional structure. Now my 3-dimensional structure is ready for docking. So once my protein is minimized, I will import my ligand, and again I will minimize the ligand. Why I should minimize the ligand? Because I may sketch my ligand either by any software, that is ChemDraw, ChemSketch or OpenBabel or any other thing. So further you are advised to watch my lectures on ligand preparation, and these ligands I will retrieve into the workspace. After retrieving into the workspace, I will minimize the energy such that I will prepare a free energy minimized ligand. That means lower the energy, higher the conformational stability of the ligand in the space. That ligand I should use in docking. So I'll go back to my see, this is my energy minimization of protein is done. Okay. Now I will import my simply my downloaded ligand. So this is my ligand. I'll just importing it. Once I do that, I'll click on this one and this structure. Now my efavirenz is ready in the workspace. Now I'll perform minimization. Once I'll do that, my ligand will be getting minimized with charm energy. Further, you need to remember that there are several other minimization protocols. Say what do you see, MM4, MM2, charm energy. There are several other energy minimization protocols. However, the Discovery Studio use charm energy minimization protocol. So now my energy minimized ligand is ready for docking. However, you should know, see, the efavirenz is well established drug in the literature, but when you design a new molecule, it may not be lead to drug, it may lead to an toxic properties. For that, you need to make certain properties prior to your synthesis or docking or any biological studies, that is a simulation of the molecular properties and ligand properties prior to synthesis and docking. Let us do that. For that, you go for small molecule. In the small molecule, you simply calculate molecular properties. Once you do this, what happens is it will calculate the molecular properties. So in that molecular properties, if you see, this is the data which I have generated for the molecular properties. Now the data, if I show you, this is molecular weight, log P, hydrogen bond donors, hydrogen bond acceptors. So this is the complete data which I am getting. Number of aromatic rings, number of rotatable bonds. So number of what do you say? Number of hydrogen bonds, number of hydrogen bond acceptors, number of hydrogen bond donors. So this is a fundamental in molecular weight. So this type of analysis is performed by using Lipinski filter or Weber filters before using in docking. So now I have my molecular properties well defined. However, I should also screen for toxicity prediction. So let us go for ADMET descriptors. In this, I will just run the ADMET prediction. It will predict the adsorption, distribution, metabolism, excretion and toxicology of my drug. So it uses certain pre-built analysis. If your ligand molecule lies within the coordinates of all the spheres, that means it is drug-like. If it is moving away from the sphere, that means your molecule is likely to be toxic. This is the fundamental information you need to know before performing docking. Now your molecule is free, it is well defined, ready for use in docking, protein is ready. Now the only thing is you need to perform docking. For that, you need to directly go for tools, for the receptor ligand interaction, dock ligands. Now simply click, where is my protein? Let me check. Okay. Yeah. Simply click dock ligand, that is C-Docker. Here that is 1FK9. Protein is receptor. Now go for ligand. This is visible. That is whatever I open, it will be visible. And simply click on number of hits. I will change it to 1. Number of confirmation, I will change it to 1. Orientations, I will change it to 1. However, more the confirmations, more the hits, more well defined the results. So you should not change the default parameters. However, to minimize the time, I have reduced it. So let us see what happens exactly in the data after completion of your docking. And you should always remember that the interaction in the active site should be only within 5 angstroms of your active site of binding pocket, and you should always keen of your interest to select the water molecules in the active pocket. So you should not always blindly delete the water molecules. You should only identify those water molecules which are present in the vicinity. Now my docking is done. Now I have to view interactions. Now I have to go for view interactions. Now this 1FK9 is my receptor, so I will define it as a receptor. Now this 64139 is my ligand. I'll go and define it as ligand. Now I'll simply go for ligand interactions. So this is my ligand interaction displayed. So I'll just go for structure, label, add, and I'll simply select amino acid and I'll simply add name. So this is my residue of interactions which are present in the active site. If you see, the residues interaction is lysine 101, valine 106, lysine 103. These are the residue interaction. Now, what is validation is, initially the ligand is in the active pocket. Again, I should send the ligand into the same space with lowest RMSD value. Lower the RMSD value, higher is the binding pocket definition. So let us go back to with another software and see whatever we have validated, that is correct or not. So let us go back with CLC drug design. So in this, what I'll do is, I'll just import the ligand, import the protein and see where the ligand exactly fits. So I'll just go with 1FK9 and I'll just open and I'll click and I'll finish my, what you say, the open of protein. So here I will select only chain A because the ligand interaction is only with chain A. Water molecules I am not bothered, I am removing water molecules. So ligands, I'll create an atom group which is hydrogen bonded. Now I'll simply label the atom group, and after labeling I'll just zoom and see what type of, see exactly the hydrogen bonding is with lysine 101. So simply now if you see, so the ligand should exactly go and bind to the lysine 101, that too with the carbonyl carbon. Let us go back to Discovery Studio and see whether our results are perfect or not, whether it is in compliance with docking data or not. So here if you see, the lysine 101 is exactly in binding, that too with hydrogen bonding into the receptor pocket. So further, you can have a two-dimensional image of your interaction protocol. If you see the hydrogen bonding is clearly mentioned with your lysine 101. That means your binding pocket is well defined. However, if you see the interacting residue is changed with the other software, it is been with, no, it is okay, there is no change. Let me go back. Yeah, that is carbonyl and it is NH. There is a probable change because the energy minimization of your ligand, there you might be using another energy minimization software. Here you are using another energy minimization software. That means, however, your binding pocket is well defined, so it does not matter much with what type of interaction you are having with what residues. So again here, if you want to show your receptor pocket, simply click on the receptor. Now the receptor is displayed. You simply remove the side sphere and your interaction are well defined. So this is the fundamental information you get in docking. So this is the fundamental information of docking of efavirenz into your binding pocket using CLC using BioVia Discovery Studio. Hope you understand and follow my lectures, and please subscribe and share among your friends. Hope I'll come up with the other topics of protein docking, epitope mapping, antibody design, and several other aspects of research in docking. I'll be coming with you in the upcoming lectures. Hope you guys enjoy my lectures. Keep sharing, keep having fun and science together. Thank you. Hope we'll meet soon. Bye bye.